Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we will talk about modes. In this video you will learn what modes are, what makes each of them unique, and how to memorize them on your fretboard. Musical modes are types of scales which we derive from the major scale with distinct melodic characters. Modes are named after ancient Greek cities which are Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Alright, now let's think about major scale. Let me switch cameras. If I play C major scale, starting with the 3rd fret of the A string, that's the most basic shape I use, starting with the middle finger or index finger. Everyone knows how to play that scale, right? That's major scale. The formula for major scale is 2 half steps, starting from C again. 2 whole steps, C, D, E, 1 half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. 2 whole steps, 1 half step, 3 whole steps, another half step. That's major scale. Now, if I start playing the same major scale, starting with D, the 2nd note of the C major scale, I'm gonna play exactly the same notes, but this time I'll start with D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and D. I get D Dorian scale, which is the 2nd mode of the C major scale. If I generalize things, starting with the 2nd note of any major scale, if I play the exact notes of that major scale, I get the Dorian mode. Let's play that using all of my strings, starting from D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and D. Or I can play that same B at the 4th fret of the G string instead of the 9th fret of the G string, 9th fret of the D string. That's called the Dorian scale. Let's continue starting from the 3rd note of the major scale, which is E. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. We get E Phrygian scale, which is the 3rd mode of the C major scale. Starting from F, which is the 4th note of the C major scale, we get F Lydian scale. Starting from G, 5th note of the C major scale, we get G Mixolydian. Starting from A, we get A Aeolian, which is also the minor scale. Starting from B, we get B Locrian scale. What we need to do is we need to practice all of those scales individually. What I mean by that is, let's take Dorian scale. We need to take that shape and move that across the fretboard. Let's play G Dorian scale. Alright. As I was saying, take any mode and move that across the fretboard. Let's take Dorian again. We can even use circle of fifths to move across the fretboard. What I mean by that is, start with the C, play a Dorian scale, then play the next note at the circle of fifths, which is G, play a G Dorian scale, then play D Dorian scale, A Dorian. Alright. Use all circle of fifths and move across the fretboard. Another useful exercise you can do is choose any root note. Let's choose A this time. Play each mode starting with that root note. What I mean is, A Ionian, then play A Dorian, A Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. This exercise makes sure you memorize each of them correctly. Next thing we will talk about is what makes each of those modes unique. Starting with the D Dorian scale again. Let's analyze that. That's the scale. Let's take the first note, the third note, and the fifth note of the Dorian scale, which perfectly forms a D minor triad, right? Root note, minor third, perfect fifth. This is a D minor triad. Now after playing that, we can safely say that the character of Dorian scale is minor, because the triad we form using the Dorian scale is minor. The character is minor. Now if I compare that D Dorian scale with D minor scale, which is also the Aeolian mode, if we compare those two scales, one note is different, which is first note is the same, second is the same, third, fourth, fifth. Now the sixth note of the Dorian scale is sharp compared to the regular minor scale. Minor scale, Dorian scale. Now we can say that the sixth note of the Dorian scale, that sharp sixth note of the Dorian scale, gives the Dorian scale its character. If you want to play with Dorian character, you need to play that sharp sixth. Otherwise, nobody can recognize if you are playing a minor scale, a regular minor scale, or a Dorian scale, right? If you just play the first note, third note, or the fifth note, or any other note except for the sixth, nobody can tell the difference between a regular minor scale or Dorian scale. You need to use that sharp sixth. There is a famous Miles Davis song called So What, which uses the Dorian character. Let's play that, and you'll see what I mean. Let's continue with the Phrygian scale. Again, the Phrygian mode has a minor character, root, third, fifth. If we compare that with the regular minor scale, the second note of the Phrygian scale is flat, which is also can be played as ninth, flat ninth. Alright? That flat second note gives the Phrygian mode its character, which is kind of an Eastern sound. Right? That second note, that flat second note, that minor second gives the Phrygian mode, gives that minor scale a Eastern kind of sound. Alright? Let's continue with the Lydian scale. F Lydian. Lydian scale is a major scale with the sharp fourth. The fourth note of the Lydian scale is tritone, which is called the devil's interval, right? Instead of the perfect fourth, we play augmented fourth. Mixolydian. Again, Mixolydian has a major character. Comparing with the major scale, 7th note is flat. Mixolydian mode is used commonly in blues. That minus 7th note with the major triad forms the structure of a dominant chord, which is basically the major triad with minus 7th on top. Aeolian scale, which is basically the minor scale. The Locrian scale is kind of different from the other ones. Let's play B Locrian. Now, if you compare that Locrian scale with minor scale, two notes are different, which is the second note. Second note is minor second on the Locrian scale, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth note. Fifth note is tritone, diminished fifth on the Locrian scale. Those two notes give the character to the Locrian scale. Alright, that's the basic introduction to modes. If you want to learn more about them, make sure you subscribe. See you on the next one.